Hi there. Well, this is a continuation. It's Unsexy products. And you're going to say, how many? And you know what? I don't know. I forgot to count them. But this is unsexy products that mature women, people need and can use and are good, even if they're unsexy. So what are we going to start out with? Well, to keep you involved, I'm going to start out with lipstick. And you're going to say, well, that's not unsexy. Lipsticks are sexy. Well, it's because it's colors. So let's start out with lipsticks. And why am I starting out with them? Because I ordered this, and it's called Gabriel Lip Primer, Base Livre. That means lever, base lever, lever, base, what am I trying to say? Whatever it is, I don't remember. Anyway, it's base level. So it must be French because half of this is in French and half of this is in English. And it's the way it, oh, do you have trouble opening up products? I do. I mean, honestly. Well, here, it's so, I mean, I almost need scissors. Okay, I'm tearing this apart. Come on, guys. I mean, okay, so look at this. It's a cream product, but when you put it on, at least on my lips, it feels dry, or my lips were dry. And so it feels like things would stick to it. So that's why I'm starting off. So this is called Gabriel, and I got it on Amazon. And so I put on my lipstick, and what it does, because my lips are dark colored, and so what I did, I just put this on, and then I put on, you know, my Audrey Hepburn colors, which is, you know, it's the colors we all think she wore, which is Revlon 415, and over it is Revlon 807. So 415 is pink in the afternoon, and 807 is fire peach. So I'm testing it out to see if it runs. Now, lipsticks don't usually run on me unless they're really ooey gooey. But I thought, well, I'm going to show this to you and let you guys test it out, and I'm going to test it out. So anyway, I'm starting with this, and I wanted to ask your opinion. So this is kind of a bright color, right? My husband loves this color, but I want to ask you what you think. There's a combination that I love, but I think it may be too light for me, but I'd like your opinion. So it's, oh, wait a second, did I take off? So I took off the primer. So I guess I have to put it on again. And I'm going to say, oh, here it is. Okay, so this is going to show you it in action. So I put this on. Let me get my, okay. So you can see what it does? I don't like that look, but maybe I need to. Okay, so you put this on as a primer. And then I want your opinion on this look. I'm going to use a pencil because it's light. What is this? This is ON, and it's by Lisa Eldridge. So let's look. And why am I picking this color? I don't know why, because I had it. Okay, so this is kind of brown. And what I need is more pink. So I may go over this with another color. So let's try this. This is Charlotte Tilbury, and it's Pillow Talk. So let's look. I mean, none of these are the right color, to be honest. I should really have looked carefully, because so I had a theory. I want to know your opinion. So the color of my lips the color is mauve. But I never wear mauve. So I bought some mauve colors and thinking, well, that's a good color for me if it matches my lips. But maybe that's why I wear lipstick, because it isn't the color of my lips. Tell me what you think. Okay, this is 619, Rose and Shine. Okay. You know, This is going to be too light, right? And then over it, I'm putting blush, you know, that color that I love. I don't think. What do you think? Too light? Too light? What do you think? Is it too light? Do you like it on me? Or do you like the brighter? And I'm going to go back to the one that I was wearing before. Maybe it shows up better. It really does look pretty, isn't it? It's a pretty combination. Okay, so lips are taken care of. Now eyes. Now I'm going to talk to you about eyes. Remember, I am not a doctor. This is what I'm doing on my own eyes and what has been recommended to me. I have very dry eyes. The doctors are always complaining, the eye doctors. Those aren't orthodontists. Those are ophthalmologists, or an optometrist. It's probably ophthalmologist, don't you think? And what they recommend is putting warm pads on them. And these have some kind of seeds in them. And I put these, this is too ugly. I'm not going to show you how dirty it is. But you put them in the microwave for 30 seconds, maybe 45 seconds, and you put them on your eyes. And what they do is it helps loosen the eye ducts, the stuff in the eye ducts to moisturize your eyes. So that's one thing. So that, you know, that you're supposed to do that every day. Do I do it every day? No. Just to let you know, I'm not perfect. But here's something that you can use every day. And this is for your eyelids and eyelashes. And it's called OcuSoft Hypochlor. And it cleans your eyes. And it cleans your eyelashes. And you just, and they say it's soothing. So this is, so Hypochlor. So this is another thing for you to use on your eyes. And this is for every day. And then I'm going to go on to, the other thing is eye drops. I have medicated eye drops that I use, but I should also be using everyday eye drops as often as you want. And you want the kind that is that is preservative free. So, okay, so see, they're individual little pods or whatever you call them. And you could put them in every hour, every 2 hours, but you need to be using a lot of eye drops. And why did I bring this up? Because I was talking to a friend and she was talking about her eyes hurting. And I said, well, do you use eye drops? And she said, no. And I said, well, you need to be using eye drops all the time. And at least start there. She was told she had dry eyes, and I tried to let her know. Now, the ones I'm using right now are Refresh Optive Mega 3. And the reason I'm using it, it feels good. That's bottom line. Did I have this problem when I was younger? No. But this is part of the mature golden years. Try using a lot of eye drops, and you can use as many a day as you want. Do I use enough? No. You know that I never listen to myself, or not enough. Okay, another thing. You've all asked about cleaning brushes. Talk about going from the sublime to the ridiculous. Cleaning brushes. So I've been using dish soap to clean my brushes. And then I thought, well, maybe you should up your game and use shampoo. So I use shampoo. But then during the holidays, I bought some brushes from Rephr. That's R-E-P-H-R. Am I right? R-E-P-H-R. Those are these white brushes, and they had a soap that you could buy. So I thought, you know, what the hey? So I bought this soap, and I used it the other day, and look at the brushes, how white they are. It cleaned them almost instantly. I mean, this was a miracle in cleaning brushes. I was so excited. All you do is, you know, you go blah, 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 put it under the water, make sure it's rinsed off, and it cleans it so quickly. Now, there are other products, and I don't know if it's smart of me to name them, but one of them is a blue-colored bottle, and it's supposed to be really good. But you know what? It smells, the smell of chemicals is so strong that I can't use it. I bought it and I had to return it because I could not stand the chemicals. But this doesn't have a smell. And you know who else has brush cleaner is BK Beauty. But I didn't buy theirs because I hadn't seen it, and I'd seen the Refer brushes before. So I bought this, but I guess, you know what? I'll buy the BK Beauty and see if it's as good. But this is, it's like a miracle. So I was watching, what's her name? I'll put it all down below. And she was talking about CoverGirl True Blend Skin Enhancer Bronzer and saying it's fabulous bronzer. And it's drugstore and it's inexpensive. And she said the bronzer and the blush are fabulous. And I bought the one that, I think it's called Toasty. Toasted 310 Toasted Butterscotch. If you've got light skin, this is a wonderful powder bronzer. Highly recommend. And I also recommend, and she did, the blusher that goes with it. Not the one that's kind of brown and pink, but the pink blusher. And you're going to say, where's your pink blusher? I gave it to my granddaughter. She was here visiting, and she loved the blusher, and of course I gave it to her. But that was a couple of weekends ago, and I haven't bought a new one since. But it's the CoverGirl True Blend Skin Enhancer, the pink blush. And you know what? I'll list it down below. I'll list the proper name for it down below. This is really, it's lovely stuff. Now maybe it's just me, but you know, I always hear people complain about non-stick pans and how bad it is for you when you chip it or scrape it, and that you should only use certain materials, certain scrapers with it, you know, rubber things that won't scrape the finish off. And I thought, you know, I'm tired of hearing that. People were recommending carbon steel pans. I know you're going to think I'm crazy, but I got rid of all of my non-stick pans and I bought carbon steel. Now these are carbon steel by OXO, OXO. And you're going to say, well, how does it work? You know what? It works great. I love cooking on these. Remember when we all used, do you remember Farberware? Remember it was stainless steel with a copper bottom and you burned everything? But this carbon steel, I love it. And when you cook things on it, they sear, they really cook. I really preferred cooking on it. And yes, it's a little bit of trouble because you're not supposed to scrub it with soap. So what you do, listen to this, you take some kosher salt and a little bit of, a paper towel and a little bit of oil on it, and you clean it that way. And I put hot water on it and I clean it, and then I put some oil on it, and I'm using avocado oil. I've switched to avocado oil because people are complaining about seed oils. I know. I'm really not one of those woohoo people, but maybe I'm a little bit. Anyway, I got rid of all of my, well, I didn't get rid, I gave them away and with a warning. And I love my carbon steel pans. I love frying eggs in it. Whatever I cook, it just cooks better. I'm sure there are better, bigger, whatever, but these OXO seem to, they're not cheap, but I'm loving them. And I've now got 3 sizes and I'm using those exclusively. So I also got rid of my plastic cutting boards. Now I thought plastic was brilliant. Well, then you find out that there are plastics, forever plastics in your body. Now, I know I'm 85. My husband's 94. I should not be worrying about this, but I do. And I worry about my family and the people I feed. And so I got rid of all my plastic chopping boards. I got rid of my wooden ones because wooden can contain bacteria. Plastic puts plastic in your body. And I got bamboo. Now this is Farberware bamboo board. I love this little board. It's just the right size. I've got a bigger one also, but for every day I use this all the time, and this is supposed to be better. Give it a year or 2 and I'll find out there's probably spears coming out of this. I don't know, but meanwhile, I'm loving this Farberware chopping board, and I've used it a lot, so I'm happy with this. Oh, I've been looking for powder for my face. And I haven't been satisfied with anything, to be honest. Maybe a little. But then I bought this Pat McGrath, and my girlfriend, Peg Fitzpatrick, she wrote that book. She's written 2 books on social media. And she's the one who suggested I try this. And so this is Pat McGrath Labs, and it's their powder. And this is for your under eyes. But today I was looking at my skin and thinking, boy, you really can see pores, stuff like that. And I thought, well, why do I just need to put it underneath my eyes? Why not put it, on my chin and nose? And I love this. Now, I don't remember the price of it, but boy, it really works well. I can't tell you how much I'm using these fans. It was always suggested I not go on hormones. And so I really had a tough time with hot flashes. And they didn't have these fans then. But now when I'm putting on my makeup, I have one of these blowing air at me. Usually it's really hot here, and I'll have one of these fans blowing on me. These fans are a lifesaver. Oh, it feels so good. Now I just run hot. I don't know about you, but I run warm. I really get warm. Anyway, I just had to remind you about this. And you can go up to, it's got levels that you can go up. And the way you turn it off, and my brilliant grandsons know this, is you press on the start button and you hold it down for 3 seconds. Did I know this? No. You had to be born in this century, I guess. Okay. What else do I have to say? I think, I almost forgot. And this was one of the whole reasons I wanted to talk to you. So I'd been going through books. Have you heard about The Correspondent? Well, this is a book that it was one of those dark horses. It's about a woman. It's all about a woman writing letters. And you think, duh. It is fascinating. It is warm. This is the book you have to read. Oh, this is lovely. I cried more than once as I witnessed this brilliant woman come to understand herself more deeply. It's a beautiful story. I would read it again, and as I say, I'm recommending it to book club. I'm going to call up my girlfriend in New York who loves reading and recommend it to her. Oh, it's long listed for the Center for Fiction First Novel Prize and the Andrew Carnegie Medal for the Best Book of the Year. It's that good. And it's not one of those, it's not a thriller, it's like a human being dealing with a human being's life and coming at it through these letters that are so beautifully written and so involving. And I just loved it. You haven't heard me, have you heard me rave about a book this much? I loved it, and I would read it again. And speaking of letter writing, did you read 87 Charing Cross Road? Excellent book. It's about a letter writing between a woman in Great Britain who writes to a bookseller in New York, trying to find certain books that she can't find in Great Britain, and so they form a relationship from London to Manhattan. It's a beautiful story. It's charming. I highly recommend that one also if you haven't read it. It's like, the Guernsey Potato Pie Society. It's got that kind of warmth to it. And now this one I'm shocked by, to be honest. I found out about it because I was watching, either it was on Instagram or TikTok, about a woman who was recommending books that she loved listening to. And she recommended Rob Lowe, of all people. I always think of him as a kind of a heartthrob, brat pack person. He's got a lot more depth than I thought. So I just started reading it, and I'm loving it. I can't wait till tomorrow when I go walking again and I get to listen to it again. Now, the other thing, I must tell you, I also have been listening to these books when I drive. Now, I live in Los Angeles, so it takes so long to get anywhere in LA, so that I listen to it while I'm driving. And I'm enjoy. I mean, the time goes by so quickly. So I forgot I've got to go to the market today, and I'm going to turn it on and listen to some more. So that Rob Lowe book, Lowe, I can't even remember the name of the title. Isn't that terrible of me? I'll put it down below. You know to look down below in the show more, and it will. I'll list the books and the titles. Excellent books. This will feel. This will. It's like drinking water. It's like a long drink of delicious water. Being able to read these books. I don't know if that exactly makes sense. If that's a good analogy, but they're really good books. So I really recommend them. Could I say it again? And I hope you enjoyed this, my non-sexy stuff, and I'll see you next time. Remember to subscribe and give it a thumbs up and share, because then more people have the opportunity of seeing me.